Joining me is SaSe from Quanta Gaming. How you doing right now?
A bit tired, but else I'm fine.
All right, so you just beat Bomber. How are you feeling overall about your tournament right now?
It's okay. I think I could do better. I'm not playing my best right now, but it's okay anyway.
So you actually went 4-1 in your group and beating Bomber, but just because of the way the games played out in the map score, you actually ended up with third place. Obviously, that's a bit disappointing, but do you think that even with the third place finish, you're in a pretty good position in the championship bracket to move forward here?
I would like to get first place in my group, of course, because then you got two chances in the championship bracket. But it's the rules; you can't do anything about it, and I'm happy they are following the rules.
Right. Have you looked at the championship bracket yet?
No.
Okay, so you haven't really thought about who you have to play. I think if you win your first game, you end up with Idra.
What?
I think if you win your first game in the championship bracket, you end up with Idra.
Okay.
Are you going to really think about that at all and try to prepare for them, or are you just going to kind of try to play your standard game?
I will see who I play first. I take one game at a time, and I will see who I play. It doesn't really matter. I think everyone is good. Everyone is beatable. So.
Okay. So talk a little about your series with Bomber and kind of walk us through that, because a lot of people were obviously very excited when you won that series, and just kind of tell us how that series developed for you.
First game I scouted, he made he made the no gas expansion all the maps. First game I saw he was weak, so I did 5-gate, and it worked pretty good. Second game it was a macro game. Bomber got really good macro, and I think my first engagement was a bad position for me, but I still had a chance to win. I think if I made DTs I would win, but he played really good on last map. He made no gas, and it was on Shakura's close position, and he made no gas expansion, and he took the base in the middle, and I scouted it with the observer, and he also made a third command center, so I know he was making SCVs, and he couldn't be ahead of me, so I just punished him for it.
All right. So before you played StarCraft, you were obviously a Warcraft 3 player.
Yeah.
A lot of people kind of debate about back and forth how much the Warcraft 3 background really helps you in StarCraft 2. So do you have any opinions on that, about how much your background in Warcraft 3 has helped you, or do you think it's different enough that it's not really a huge advantage?
I think my micro is okay because of Warcraft, and I think actually it didn't help me, but I went to a lot of tournaments in Warcraft, but I still was really nervous when I played my first StarCraft 2 events, but it kind of went away fast. I'm not nervous when I play now, not even at the main stage. So.
Okay. So obviously you just recently moved to Korea. Pretty much you've dropped everything to go there. What has your time in Korea been like so far, and are you happy with your decision so far?
My time is like practice, and I gave up poker and a lot of stuff to play StarCraft, so I'm really happy with my decision. That's right now the only thing I want to do is play StarCraft.
Right. You played at IEM Cologne, where you pretty much said that your time in Korea hadn't paid off yet because you hadn't been there very long. You've been there longer now. Do you feel like your play is improving at a rapid rate now?
Yeah, I feel like it improved all the time, but I'm very far from being the best. I think I need like 6 more months, maybe a year to be very stable at the top.
So Thorzane recently, he was obviously in Korea for a period of time, came out and said that he doesn't think you actually need to be in Korea to become the best after spending some time there. Do you think he's correct in that assumption, or do you think you need to be in Korea?
He plays Terran, so it's easy. I'm kidding. I think you have to be in Korea. Like in 1 year, if you are not in Korea, you can't compete with the best ones who is in Korea.
Okay. So before you joined Quantic, did you have any interest from Korean teams, and is that something that you sort of looked into before you decided to join Quantic Gaming?
I don't really want to talk about that due to respect of the teams.
No problem. So I guess we can talk about Quantic then. You didn't have a team for quite a bit of time, so you've joined Quantic Gaming. What was it that made Quantic stand out, and why did you decide to go with them?
They could send me here to MLG. I would never be here without them. They let me stay in Korea. So these two things were the most important for me. Like I could go to events and stay in Korea. That's what they offered me, and they proved to be much better than I thought they would be. Like they're taking so good care of me right now.
Before you really had the team, and even now since you're not on a Korean team, How hard has it been to find consistent practice partners once you got to Korea, since you don't have that training environment like a house or anything like that?
I actually just play ladder now. I think that's more than enough until I become like stable, like top 10 on the ladder or something. Then I might start play practice games. But I like the ladder because you can just queue up games and you don't have to talk to people.
I guess that's a good question too. So when players get to Korea, one of the first things they talk about is just the massive skill difference on the Korean ladder compared to the North American and European ladders. How big of a shock was that the first time you really started playing hard on the Korean ladder when you got there after playing on Europe and North America and the other servers?
Actually, I went to China first because I played CPL, so I stayed 2 days at IG, the best Chinese team. And like the first 2 games that I won, I was like, I got to borrow my friend's account and it's like the highest MMR. And I won the 2 first games and I was like, okay, this is easy. Then I played like 20 more games. I lost all my confidence. So it's really a big skill gap, I think.
Okay, so you obviously have a good history in gaming, and right now you're playing at a really high skill level. Do you feel like now that you've been added to Quantic that you need to take sort of a leadership role as far as the training and the practice with the team and things like that?
No, I don't think so. I think if they need help, they can ask me for sure, but I don't think Quantic wanted me to be a leader. They want me to be a player.
Right. So what are your goals in Korea? Do you plan on staying long-term if you can progress in GSO and into Codes and things like that, or do you look at it as more of just a training environment to improve your play so you can perform better internationally?
If I don't stay in Korea, I might as well just give up StarCraft 2.
So it's safe to say that you're trying to get in GSO and everything like that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So that's going to be it. Any last words for your fans? Any sponsor plugs? Anything like that?
First of all, I would like to thank my team, Quantic Gaming. I also would like to thank my mother, and I would like to thank all my fans for being so nice here at MLG. I'm sorry if I don't have time to talk all the time because I got so many matches, but it really makes me happy to see all of my fans.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.